Hello everyone and welcome. And as you can see, it's Warhammer time. Few videos ago, I showed you my unassembled, actually still in the box, Tau units. Good news, I actually assembled all of them. And now it's time to start painting them. Now, don't get scared. And also, hey, good news. I decided to change up the format in which I do these videos a bit. So instead of, condensing all the footage of me painting everything in half an hour videos and stuff like that, I decided to split this painting this entire army into much smaller chunks. So this video will just be about me figuring out the paint scheme and getting a few drones done. Not fully. Also, as you might have noticed, there were two different colors in the armies. That is because I ran out of black primer, and so I had to improvise. And some of the drones have been painted gray with primer. So now I'm just going through painting with black all of the parts that I wanted to show off as the inside of the drone, basically the mechanisms. Now, ideally, if these were actually primed black, I would probably just leave them as is and not go overboard with it. It's pointless to paint black over black primer, at least in my opinion. So I would have actually moved straight to highlight, but no. Now I'm just doing a coat of black. This is the same acrylic black that I told you I had from long ago, a giant ass tube. No Abaddon black, no contrast paint, no nothing. Just plain old acrylic black. And this step is incredibly easy. Just go. While I have you here, before I move on to something much more important, the reason why I'm not showing you how I assembled all these miniatures is because I tried to film it, but unfortunately it was incredibly boring. Just a few hours of me literally scraping and filing the sprues of models, and when I was actually assembling them, they weren't in focus or were outside of the camera's field of view. So we're just going to skip over that. I will try to show how I actually assembled them when I get the spacefuls, but I'm not promising any. Okay, well, that's about it. The rest of the few models that I have, I will get back to you. Just bear in mind that I'm not going to show painting each and every model because there are a lot of repetitions. So I'm just going to focus on showing one of each. And this is basically the same for all the drone types. Painting black on the insides of the drone parts. After finishing the inside of all the drones, I decided it was high time I tried a bit of highlight. And the brand new paint in my collection. Though its name is not that amazing. Standard Mechanicum Gray. Perfect highlight for black surfaces. Now, I mentioned in the previous King Arthur video that I definitely need new glasses, right? Well, this video confirms it. While I'm watching right now me painting, it looks amazing and I can easily see the lines that I am painting. The problem is, while I'm doing this, I can barely see them. I don't know if this is a problem that other painters have and they just go by instinct, but I think I need new glasses. And this is not a joke. Okay, enough off topic. Edge highlighting is literally when you take a bit of paint and just put it on just the very edge of surfaces to where the light would actually shine and make it stand out. And that is exactly what I'm doing here. However, especially for these tau drones, this is an incredibly lengthy process. And while I did not film it, I found at least that I can see it better and that it's a lot less time consuming to dry brush it. And yeah, it also very highlights all of the edges, and then I still have to fill in all the surfaces with black back so that they're in their original color, because dry brushing will also leave other marks, not just the edge highlights. But yeah, from what I can see with my own eyes, the results are quite similar in the end, and dry brushing is a lot more easier for me to do. I'm not saying I'm going to apply it from now on every miniature, but at least for these tau drones, yeah, it was a whole lot easier to just dry brush the edges. Though maybe not exactly the same quality now that I'm looking at it. I'll have to dig a little deeper. With all the edges highlighted, it is time to tackle the lenses. These drones have 4 lenses basically on each of their cardinal points, and I went with a bluish color. It's going to be very difficult for me to remember all these names, especially since they're really weird. But yeah, I went with not the lightest blue, the lightest blue I have, and I just touched all the lenses, followed by the next step will be a wash with, yeah, no, again, forget about it. I will just mention it in the description, just so we're clear with all the bloody things. I know I should have been doing that with all the videos. Call me lazy, call me forgetful, but yeah. And then I will come with a even lighter shade of blue to give just a tiny little dot or a line underneath all the lenses so that it simulates an actual lens. And of course I do this for all of the drone types that have lenses. You saw me doing it on the drone head, body, I don't know what you would call it. And now, yeah, I can make it out in the editing, the shade color. But it's something really cool. It's a bluish shade and it just makes it, wow, the lenses are incredible after you paint it with that. And with the highlight, yeah, awesome. And another step that I have not yet gotten to actually paint on any of the drones, even after you the highlight with the very light blue, I will also have to add a tiny point of white. At least that is the standard way that all lenses are painted by much more professional people than me, and when I get a bit more experience, I will try to do them differently and see what comes up. But till then, I need to learn what the basics are, so to speak. The next step I did here is I tried going differently with painting all the lines and recesses. I took a bit of black and filled in absolutely all the recesses that I wanted to be shaded. And when I painted it, I tried to put as thick line as possible. It didn't matter that I went outside. This will all be covered by the base color that will be on the component parts, and I will make sure that that color does not go into the recesses. It's fun little way I found that it actually makes it easier to paint these, because either I don't have the correct brush or anything like that, or it's very easily to spill outside of those lines. And here you see me painting the lenses, as I discussed, with the even brighter blue, and just painting a line on the outside of the lenses, as just leaving that dark blue and shade effect on a large portion of the lens. I try to, at least. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that actually what makes each and every lens unique, and it's rather cool, very rather cool effect. When I will add that little dot of white, it will be even better. And with this, I will end this video, because again, this is a part 1. I will see you in the next one, until the full army is complete. And if you like the video, subscribe and share it with a friend.